So what is wrong with LSU's defense? A lot of different things, but I want to start with this. Who's the leader of this unit? Jaden Daniels commands the LSU offense. He's the guy everybody looks to. He's the guy that gets everything organized. Who is that for the defense? I have no idea. It just seems like they don't have a guy that's captaining the ship. It's not Omar Spates because he hasn't, I'm trying to be nice, he hasn't transitioned well enough from the Pac-12 to the SEC that he's on the sideline, and a true freshman that nobody expected to play now has to play. So he's not the leader. Mason Smith theoretically is a leader, but he doesn't have a lot to say. In the times that I see him, I watch him on the sideline, he's not really saying a whole lot. Now, he plays well and he leads by example, but you need a vocal leader. Like, the football stereotype is you've got this big middle linebacker who just is the stickler. Like, he'll tell you when you're doing wrong, but he'll also make sure you're in the right place, in the right position when a coverage is called, when a change is made. I don't know who that is with the defense. Maybe it's Mekhi Wingo. I mean, he's wearing number 18, that famous number there on the inside of that D-line. But usually it's the linebacker because the D-line can only see so much up there in front. You need the guys in the second level to tell the corners where to go and the safeties where to go. And why does this matter? Because in this game, you had a lot of young, inexperienced guys playing at corner. And there were so many busted coverages, you may as well have not even had them on the field because you got receivers running wide open. And you think about a radar system, the LSU corners were not even on the radar, like nowhere on the screen. No blimps anywhere, none of that. No sonar, whatever it's called. They were not in the neighborhood. They were in another county in this game, which is unacceptable. And a lot of that has to do with communication. I know it's hard when you go on the road and you're playing in a loud environment like at Vaughn Hemingway Stadium there and you can't hear literally anything, but that's why you practice for months. That's why you practice with the noise blaring here at LSU. That's why, you do so many meetings and go over film studies and hand signals and all that stuff. Whatever they're trying to do, it's not working because some guys think it's man coverage, some guys think it's zone coverage, and the two of those together don't mix well. And that's why you get a 55-49 Ole Miss win and a really, really bad defensive showing. So on top of that, there were some really bad schematic decisions in this game. I'm going to tell you them right now, but I'm going to show you them on the whiteboard here in just a few minutes. So 2 examples that just made me furious. Like, what are we doing? So there was one play where Ole Miss motioned a running back out of the backfield to the flat, and I thought that a linebacker would have him, considering the linebacker's 5 yards away from where the running back is. No. Turns out it's the safety's job to cover that running back. And there's 20 yards of space between where that running back catches the ball in the backfield and where Andre Sam, the strong safety, is. So he's got to go all the way down the 20 yards and weave his way through traffic like he's on I-10 coming into Baton Rouge to make that tackle. And that is extremely difficult. He didn't make the tackle. I don't even know that an NFL safety like the Honey Badger even would make that tackle. Like, that is just very hard to do. And why are you knowingly putting your players in bad positions schematically? It doesn't make any sense. All right, and then on top of that, I can't show you the play. I'd love to, but, the SEC's got their copyright rules, so I got to tell you verbally. So I'm trying to do the best I can painting the picture for you. Ole Miss's first touchdown. Remember, the running back was wide open. Same kind of deal. Just ran out of the backfield. Leaked out to the right side. Wide open. I mean, I almost wanted to jump out there, drop my camera, and go cover him. He was right in front of me. So on this play, it was Greg Penn's job, the linebacker, to go across the entire landscape of the play from... So here's the running back. Here's Penn. He goes here. He's got to go all the way across to get to him. Here's the problem, though. Lane Kiffin, he's smart. And this is why I say they got out-coached. He sent his receivers on slants and just crossing routes. Again, to create that I-10 traffic, this time going to Hammond, so that Penn couldn't get through. It's just a logjam right here. And while Penn's trying to sift his way through all that, like he's a miner, the running back's wide open in the end zone. So 2 bad schematic decisions. Maybe it was a communication thing. Maybe it was a scheme thing. Whatever it was, didn't work. And when you're a defensive coordinator and Matt House, who's been talked about as a guy maybe who's ready to take a job at Michigan State as a head coach. I mean, I'm a Michigan fan, so I'd love that to happen after seeing this. But if you're a State fan, heck no. This guy's not ready for a head coaching job. He can't even get his defense to do simple schematic things. And, that's just what it is. I'm not trying to be mean, but that's what it is. Your defense just allowed 700 yards and 55 points against a team that Alabama just held to 10 points, mind you. So, a few other things that I didn't like in this game. Can we please unleash Harold Perkins? He's a NFL first-round pick waiting to happen. He's got speed that nobody else has in this defense, physicality that nobody else has in this defense, and we're dropping him into cover 2. For what? Let him blitz. Let him eat. Let him do what he does. Whatever. If he isn't a first-round pick because you're using him to the best of his abilities in college, whatever. Your job isn't to boost Harold Perkins' draft stock. Your job is to win football games. So you got to do what you need to do to win those football games. And that means using Harold Perkins in the correct way. And they're not doing that right now. So I've kind of hit on everything, and I'm going to cover the loose ends on the whiteboard here. But, I mean, you had young corners, Latarius Welsh playing his first ever game. Ashton Stamps played a lot. They're both true freshmen or redshirt freshmen, super young guys who barely ever played. Denver Harris, who's a 5-star, but he's barely ever played. These were the guys taking the meaningful snaps at corner because Deuce Chestnut didn't make the trip. Don't know why. And Zy Alexander was banged up during the game and was doing calisthenics. I don't know how much he played in the second half. Played a little bit, and he made some good plays while he was out there, but he wasn't 100%. So you were forced to play these young guys, and these are the guys that were busting on the coverages and just not understanding what their role and responsibility is on certain plays. So undisciplined, outcoached, outschemed, not prepared. That is the quick summary of whatever the heck it was we watched from LSU's defense when they played Ole Miss. It was terrible. We'll talk about it more at the whiteboard. They got to clean these things up, though, or else this team may not even make a bowl game this year.